like how to shave a beard and like build a fire, like where to bury a body.
Right.
But Girl Scouts have to learn how to cook and clean and like take a hit from their husband when they mouth it off. It just feels like Boy Scouts is very like Lord of the Flies. Girl Scouts is very like reruns on Lifetime or Oxygen. Just feels weird. But you know, I think that contributes. I was in Girl Scouts, but I can't say no to my fellow battered sisters. And secondly, hear me out, this is my other thought. There's something about when I see a Girl Scout at a grocery store, everything gets real dark and gray, and it turns into like a Charles Dickens novel. And instead of a Girl Scout, I see like an orphan, and she's got like her tiny sash and her French beret. She's got a tin can with just one bean in it. And she's just like, please, just one box of Thin Mints, get my family out because that's just nice. But I'm like, no, the sadness, and I can't handle it, and I can't. So basically, when it's Girl Scout season, I just don't grocery shop.
You like grocery store?
I don't eat for like.
Because you don't want to approach the Charles Dickens orphan Girl Scout with the malnutrition patch on her sash. And you're like, I don't know. Well, you know, okay, well, I used to work at a grocery store. So, have you guys been to a Safeway before?
Yeah.
Okay, so Safeway has what's called superior service. So if you go into a Safeway store and you're looking for something, they're actually going to tell you where it is. They're going to take you to that item to ensure that you found it. And if you have 2 bags or more, they're going to offer free of charge to take them to your car. Now, I mean, you cannot get better than that, but they do, because if they can decipher your last name in some way, they will thank you by it. Thanks, Mr. Henderson. This is a neighborhood store. That's what they're going for. That's called superior service. But in the wrong hands, it can be really creepy service. I worked at a Safeway in Boulder, and there was this, we hired this courtesy clerk, that's the bagger guys, and he was one of those kind of youth group kids, so he was like kind of a ball of raging, like virgin's rage, with a candy coating of like grimmest niceness, like, I'm supposed to be nice! And so what he would do is he'd find a customer in the store and be like, hi ma'am, can I show you where the meat is? Can I take those bags to your car? What kind of car do you drive? What's your last name and what's your social security number? Can I just sniff your underwear just to see? This is creepy service.
That's not superior.
It's not.
That's creepy. Speaking of creepy, I killed a spider the other night. For those of you that don't know, like Steve does, I am also, along with Girl Scouts, terrified of spiders. They're right next to each other.
For different reasons.
On my fear scale. Yeah, for different reasons. But here's my problem. I have to come up with creative ways to kill spiders because I can't smush it with my foot because it will eat my leg. I can't smush it with my hand, it will literally eat my arm. You can't flush them, because you guys have all heard the song about the itsy bitsy spider. The thing continuously goes up the spout. It's science. Spiders are great swimmers. So I can't flush them. So I have found, to be creative, I like to spray them with things. So I like to use wasp spray because you can shoot like 10,000 feet with that stuff. Battery acid.
Yeah, from under your sink.
Right. Keep it nearby. Also, sometimes I like to use butter spray because I kind of want the spider to go out like the American way, like with diabetes or like. Right. But I just, I have to get creative. And the problem is that after you kill them, they just keep coming. So what I do is I leave their body for a week. And I leave it there because I want the other spiders to just, maybe they went to TGI Fridays to celebrate Grandpa's retirement. And they come for a leisurely stroll. And they come up and they're like, Midge? And I'm like, oh, it's Midge. She didn't even get to use that volleyball scholarship that she got to go to college. She blew it by coming into my house. And so I just feel like I'm not a sick person, but I like to leave their bodies mangled.
It's a fine strategy. I mean, I would have to say, and I don't think I'm alone, I wouldn't like to be murdered in your apartment.
Okay, I'll go with that.
Butter spray or in any other way. It's
a delicious death.
And aside from like being upset for being decision-making process, you have to list your pros and cons. And so here's my pros and cons.
Okay.
So for not being fat,
Right.
okay. So the con is you have to work out. I'm not a gym person. I'm not like those guys that are like, bro, let's go and blow some shit with some weights. Or the girls that are like, hey, let's do cardio. I like it. My third eye is like vitamin. I'm not like that. I hate it. It's like a fight with a 2-year-old every time I'm trying to get myself to go. So, that's a con. But on the pro side, if you go to the gym, you look better, you feel better. Which is great. And also if you're ever in a shirtless scenario, women and children go running, shrieking in terror.
Yep.
Which I also list as a pro. Then there's staying fat, right?
Yeah.
So the pros and cons of staying fat. I mean, one of the pros, you can eat whatever you want, whenever you want.
Oh, yeah.
And that's awesome. Another pro, you don't have to go to the gym. We already know how I feel about that. But one of the cons is you have a larger surface area than normal people. And that's more expensive because you need more soap and more fabric. Also, so that's bad, but on the good side, your skin is very far away from your internal organs, which makes you almost impervious to stab wounds. So, if you end up in like a high stab wound neighborhood, that's the safest thing you can do is be morbidly obese.
I think these are valid.
Yeah.
Also, a pro of being fat is that you don't have to participate in blood drives.
Really? That's true.
No, I actually don't know if that's true, but I feel like if I weighed 800 pounds, the people I work with wouldn't harass me to participate in the blood drives. Because, just out of curiosity, raise your hand if you have participated in a blood drive. So just keep them up for a second. If you don't have your hand up, we're bad people. We kill people every day because of it. But it seems like a good idea. They're like, here, have a cookie. We just took something from you that you literally need to survive. But have this cookie and we tried to murder you. And furthermore, why aren't cookies being given out after other things like a car accident or like a pap smear?
Or you get a parking ticket with a trefoil. That's amazing.
Right. And so I just feel like, here's the thing, hear me out. I feel like I shouldn't have to participate in blood drives because I'm a girl and I already participate in a blood drive. For 4 to 7 days. I mean, I'm on time and Bonfils is not, and I don't know what else is. But, it's just, I feel like maybe like guys could give blood, but girls could instead go and get like that batshit crazy siphoned out of them. That would be, because I feel like that would help a lot. Like a guy would be like, happy anniversary, honey. I was thinking, get some lunch, maybe go to the zoo, and then, maybe get that meat that you have to check my Facebook page every day. We could just get that taken out. And I feel like it would change everything. I mean, hospitals, doctors would be like, sir, the bullet went right through your liver. We don't have any extra livers, we just ran out, but we just got some generosity from Siberia that somebody didn't want, and we can give you that.
Which is rare. I mean, they'd be happy to receive that.
Generosity from Siberia is insane.
I mean, you just can't pick that up at any Safeway.
No.
But so needles, because I can't deal with needles, so I don't go to blood drives. I also don't have any tattoos. Because, I don't have any, but I've heard that it's basically needle continuously going into you for a really long time.
It's debatable.
That doesn't really sound like something that I would be interested in. But, I always see people with really interesting tattoos. Like, I was at a fair or a festival at some F. I was at. So, I was walking behind some guy and he was wearing shorts and he had like little handprints, one on each calf, and I was like, the person I was walking with was like, oh, that's so nice. He has this little, his kid's handprints there. I was like, glad you told me because I just assumed he had consumed the soul of a Peruvian child,
Right.
and he was trying to get out. You know, like, well, or you know, an Asian Peruvian child.
Yeah, that was a mix.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Or I was also at Walmart. I saw the guys with like head to toe tattoos, like completely covered in tattoos. Needlework aside, I don't think I could deal with that because I'd be taking a shower for like 2 hours because I'd be talking to each of my tattoos. You know, I'd be like, scrub, 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 oh, naked, busty snake charmer, let's wash this titties. Satan, I told you to wash your hands before you eat that baby. Oh, I gotta call my mom.